Good morning.
Good morning.
Wow, that was great. Good morning to everybody here in the chapel and those joining us all over the internet. It's good to have you here with us today. My name is Patty Walsh, and I am your worship leader for today. Our speaker is our own Rev Robin Landerman Zucker, and she will be speaking on the topic of, I have to read this one, Watch Me Flower, Carry Me. Can you recall a time when you were truly still and present, allowing yourself to flower and be carried by the moment? So I'm going to take this time right now to remind you all to turn off your cell phones or things that make noise, because, you don't want to be that person. Today's service, as you can see, includes flower communion. Later in the service, when the time comes, we will all have the opportunity to choose a flower and to share and treasure. And they are waiting right here for us. You can see how many there are. After the service today, we will have spirited conversations. And so please join us for a deeper conversation about today's service. It'll be set up right here, and you can bring your tea and coffee. East Rose Fellowship sits on the occupied lands of the Clackamas Chinook peoples, who were forcibly displaced from this land to the Grand Ronde Reservation in 1855. We acknowledge the sacrifices endured by the ancestors of this land, and that our presence here today is only possible because of the injustices committed against them. We recognize the inherent sovereignty of the Chinook Nation and the Confederated Tribes of the Grand Ronde, who carry on the traditions, history, and legacy held by their ancestors from time immemorial to today. We seek meaningful relationships with these communities that foster repair. So let's now take a moment to turn and greet our neighbors. First, though, everybody stand up and, as you're willing and able, and wave at the folks online. The cameras are right there near the clock. So it's going to be a great spirited discussion later. For our online guests, if you would like to share a joy or sorrow during that part of the service, you can do so by entering it in the YouTube chat, and those will be shared with everyone here. I also encourage you to identify yourselves in that chat so that we can better acknowledge your presence with us here today. And now is a responsive call to worship. I will read what is in gold. You get the white lines. This is Splendid Daylight by George Campbell. I hold the splendid daylight in my hand, inwardly grateful for a lovely day.
Thank you, life.
Daylight, like a fern spread across my hand.
Daylight like a scarlet poinsettia.
Daylight like yellow cassia flowers.
Daylight like clean water.
Daylight like green cacti.
Daylight like fragrant lilacs.
Daylight like sun-streaked blue sky.
Daylight like tropic hills.
Daylight like blooming sacraments in my hands. The bud stands for all things, even those things that don't flower. For everything flowers from within, of self-blessing, though sometimes it is necessary to reteach a thing its loveliness.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
It's good to see you all today, both new faces and familiar ones. I do want to acknowledge that it's Mother's Day and say, wherever that meets you, I want to acknowledge it, whether it's to celebrate or to mourn, that it is in fact Mother's Day. And flower communion. And look at all these flowers people have brought. If you have flowers, if you came in a little late and you want to come up during the hymn and put your flowers in one of the vases, please do. The opening words today are by Thomas Rhodes. All of us are beautiful. We come in a variety of colors, shapes, and sizes. Some of us grow in bunches, some of us grow alone. Some of us are cupped inward, and some of us spread ourselves out wide. Some of us are old and dried and tougher than we appear. Some of us are still in bud. Some of us grow low to the ground, and some of us stretch toward the sun. Some of us feel like weeds sometimes, and some of us carry seeds sometimes, and some of us are prickly sometimes. Some of us smell, and all of us are beautiful. What a bouquet of people we are. Our opening hymn is number 63 in the gray hymnal, Spring Has Now Unwrapped the Flowers, and the words will also be on the screen. Please rise as you are able.
Spring has now unwrapped
children for the story today, The Weed Flower.
Good morning. A few years ago, outside on the playground, one of our RE kids picked a yellow dandelion and brought it to me. Then he asked, "Did you know you can powder your nose with a dandelion?" I did not know that. He rubbed the flower on his own nose, then on mine, and when we looked in the selfie camera on my phone, we both had bright yellow noses. It was delightful. I think about that exchange every spring. I've even introduced a few other people to dandelion makeup myself. Sometimes we call dandelions weeds, but children often see them differently. They make wishes with them, they arrange them into bouquets, they turn them into something magical. Today we're going to hear a story about a flower that people often overlook and what happens when someone truly sees it. This is The Weed Flower, written by Elizabeth DeVos and illustrated by Marianne Ferrer. At first, no one noticed, no one except Sam, and she didn't tell. No one spotted the tiny flower bud sprouting impossibly between the schoolyard's cement and rubber turf. Only Sam lay in the dust with the sun on her back, gazing at it. Sam adored the alien bud, so she sang to it, admired it, and watched it grow and grow until it bloomed into a bright yellow flower too large to hide. Soon the other students came to see. They lay on the ground with the sun on their backs and marveled. Sam and the students brought offerings of water, played games with the yellow blossom, and protected it from harm. With all that love and attention, the flower flourished. Its vibrant yellow illuminated every dark corner of the playground. It spread its leaves across the yard. Sam watched in amazement as the flower thrived and eventually sprouted soft white fuzz, delicate as fairy dust. Before long, the entire blossom had changed into one perfect, dreamy fluff ball. A fluff ball that was even more delightful to the students. A fluff ball that danced gently when the wind blew and made Sam dizzy with wishes. A fluff ball that grew so tall it eventually towered over the youngest children. A fluff ball that the adults finally noticed. The adults did not adore the fluff ball flower. Its tall stem and long leaves did not impress them. Its soft blossom did not delight them. They did not see the magic. The adults only saw a weed. So one sunny day, though Sam cried and the students protested, the adults decided that the gigantic fluffball weed flower had to go. The custodian was sent to remove it from its impossible place in the dusty schoolyard. He pulled and pulled with all his might, but the weed flower didn't budge. So they called in more adults. The teachers joined in to yank and tug together, but the weed flower held on tight. Its roots had grown strong under the students' care. And then the principal arrived. Sam and the other students groaned and cried and wished a million wishes for it to stay. But with one mighty pull, the weed flower's roots broke free. The stem came loose, and all the fluff floated away with all the children's wishes in the breeze. The weed flower was no more, until in early September, 100 tiny buds sprouted impossibly between the schoolyard's cement and rubber turf. At first, no one noticed. No one except Sam, and she didn't tell. Things overlooked or dismissed still have beauty and worth if we take the time to truly see them. And now we say goodbye to the adults until we come back for flower communion. So if the adults along the center aisle will form a bridge, we'll sing the children out.
We hold you in our love as you go, as you go.
going to invite Katie Norris Ferris, our president, up for a stewardship update.
Hello. As you all know, I like coloring, and I made more coloring sheets for us for Flower Communion Day. And Rev Robin will show us the illustration of our chalice as it fills up. I added some words to remind you that this is pledge progress. This isn't how much money we've taken in. This is your pledging, which is a promise. And the good news is I got a little ambitious with the coloring, but as of today, we're at, I'm going to round it up to 43,000, but we're at 42,537. So somewhere a little bit less than what I put on there, but see, they're scallops, so they kind of can go both ways. But anyway, so that's great, because what this does is the bottom part of the chalice is the whole chalice is basically our operating costs for the building, grounds, and operations and admin. We have to keep the lights on, and keep the lawn mowed and do all the things we need to do to keep this building safe and comfortable for us all. That's our foundation, is the chalice. And then the flame is our worship, our Sunday worship, so we have to pay for speakers and musicians and different events that we may have here related to worship, and then RE, our religious exploration for the kids. So that's the flame, and then the rest of our programs are the petals around the outside. So we really have the goal to fill in as much of this as we can so that we can fund our year in advance. We have a meeting at the end of May this month, which will be for us to vote on the budget. And so the goal is to get as many pledges as we can before the end of the month, so that when we have that meeting, we have a really accurate sense of how much we will be able to.
The congregational meeting is May 31st.
Yeah.
After the service.
Yes, although I feel like we need more time.
Hey, you're the president.
I may.
Just given them the date I thought we were doing.
That was what we said, but I may I was reading the bylaws and we're supposed to be doing it in June, so I may try to get it into June, but a lot of people go away out of town, so I really want to make sure we have a meeting when everyone can attend. All right, anyway, so just reminder to get your pledge forms in, and if you haven't done it yet, or you lost it, misplaced it, there's a bunch of envelopes at the front by where the name tags are, where you can grab a pledge form, and think about what you would like to see for East Rose for 2026 to 2027.
Be the change.
Be the change. And then here's some coloring sheets.
I invite you now to join me in some quiet time. So I first invite you to put your feet on the floor and uncross your arms. If you're holding something, maybe put it down. Just drop your hands into your lap so that you really just have like an open posture. Then close your eyes and take a deep breath in and a deep exhale out. Do a few of those. Just big in, out. While you're doing that, soften your face, starting with your forehead, your cheeks, and your jaw. Just let them drop. See how good that already feels. Now move down to your shoulders and drop your shoulders. Really drop them. Keep seeing if your face needs to be softened. Begin your rhythmic breathing. 4 beats in slowly through your nose, 5 or 6 beats out slowly through your mouth, 4 through the nose, 5 or 6 out through the mouth, slow and steady, softening and creating spaciousness in your body as you move from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet. See how much spaciousness you can create inside yourself and how that feels. We'll just breathe together. As you breathe, I offer this meditation by Jan Richardson called When We Breathe Together. This is the blessing we cannot speak by ourselves. This is the blessing we cannot summon by our own devices, cannot shape to our own purposes, cannot bend to our own will. This is the blessing that comes when we leave behind our aloneness, when we gather together, when we turn toward one another. This is the blessing that blazes among us when we speak the words strange to our ears, when we finally listen into the chaos, when we breathe together at last. Slowly come out of your breathing. Maybe do another round or two. Then a big exhale. Really release. Our spirit song, not surprisingly, is number 352, Find a Stillness, where the title of my sermon is derived. Please remain seated to sing Find a Stillness.
Blooming by Reverend Marilyn Sewell. During one of my depressive modes, I passed by a garden shop and saw a blooming plant, peach-colored and radiant, a begonia, the tag said. I'm not really a plant person, never had a garden, never wanted one, but this flower called to me. I needed its sweet beauty. I took it home, found it on her place on my porch where I sit and read. I checked twice a day, making sure it had the water it needed. Pinched off the dead leaves, gave it unabashed admiration. In turn, the plant gave me increasing pleasure. After 2 weeks, the blooms fell off. I felt sad, a little betrayed. I took my plant back to the garden shop. I found the young clerk with his trowel and jeans, his face brown from the sun. I held out the plant to him. I said, "My plant stopped blooming." He looked at the plant, then looked at me. Seeing the disappointment in my eyes, he smiled kindly. He said, "Nobody blooms all the time."
Towards the end of his life, the Buddha took his disciples to a quiet pond near Vulture Peak for instruction. As they had done so many times before, the Buddha's followers sat in a small circle around him and waited for the Dharma, or wisdom, transmission. Buddha, we are told, takes one of the flowers from a garland and just begins to twirl it. Twirl it, twirl it, twirl it between his fingers, saying nothing. His attention and the attention of all who have gathered with him are now fully focused on that flower. Total silence. Perhaps even the wind died down, and there's the Buddha, twirling a flower. My colleague, the Reverend Eric Wickstrom, remarks on this scene, musing, I don't know how long this went on, no one tells us that, but I imagine it was long enough to make just about everybody feel thoroughly uncomfortable. You imagine if I just stood up here for 20 minutes twirling a flower? Or like too much silence in a worship service for some people. No sermons, no pithy maxims, not even an enigmatic riddle or koan, just stillness and a twirling flower. You can understand if the people gathered there started sneaking looks at each other to see if anyone else could figure out just what was going on. Was he ever going to say anything? Some of them probably started looking off distractedly into the distance. Maybe a few even started talking to each other, but that's unlikely since it was the Buddha. And all the while, the Buddha just sat there, twirling the flower. Then all of a sudden, or maybe it happened quickly, a smile appeared on the face of a monk in the back of the crowd, a monk by the name of Mahakasyapa, who, as it happens so often in this kind of story, is for this occasion onward known by a new name, Mahakasyapa. Mahakasyapa. I even have it written out in syllables. Mahakasyapa. While everyone else was busy being confused by the twirling flower and agitated and uncomfortable, he just sat there, smiling serenely. He alone seemed to understand the Buddha's silence and the twirling of the flower. And the Buddha noticed. He noticed this monk with a smile, and out of the silence he said, I have the eye of the true teaching, the heart of nirvana, the true form, no form, and the ineffable stride of Dharma. It's not expressed in words, but especially transmitted beyond teaching. This teaching I have given to Mahakasyapa. And with this, the Buddha declared that there finally was someone who fully understood his teachings, who saw the world as he saw the world, and who was going to be worthy to be his spiritual heir. Mahakasyapa is remembered to this day as the first to receive the direct transmission of the Buddha mind, which is also known as the spirit of Zen. And he describes the spirit of Zen as a special transmission outside of teaching, no reliance on words and letters, direct pointing to the heart, realization of one's true self. And speaking to his disciples, the Buddha explains that what can be said, I have said to you, and what cannot be said, I have given to Mahakasyapa. Profound. I'm wondering now, here in the quiet of our sanctuary, was there a time when you marveled at a humble flower with such eyes? When was the last time you observed the humblest flower or stones or cracks in the pavement in their uniqueness with fresh eyes? Our story today, the wheat flower, is such a great example of that. You may recall that I told a story about my own daughter running around the yard picking up all the fluffy dandelions before her dad could mow the lawn because they were wishes to her, just like in the story. When was the last occasion that you looked at your partner, your kids, your friends, in their uniqueness and in the wonder of the moment, without judgment or analysis or words? Can you recall a time when you were truly still and in the moment, without preconceived notions and no need for explanations, or no need to feel something like enlightened? In this wired world, it's very difficult to give a confident yes to any of those questions. We're not really living in a very silent world. In our Zen tale, others saw the flower in the Buddha's hand, but what made Mahakasyapa stand out is that he did not see a preconceived notion of a flower, nor did he see the memory of flowers past. Both the Buddha and the monk were able to see, truly able to see, this particular flower in this particular moment. So often we look at someone or something and find ourselves looking through so many filters, filters of hope and fear, projections, memories, expectations, that we never truly see what we are looking at. Mahakasyapa truly saw that flower, and in that flower, he saw all that is, all that could be in that moment. But flowers are remarkable things, aren't they? I have wonderful props today for my sermon. Consider the variety. How does that happen? I looked it up, and let's just say it's hard science. People get PhDs in it, and we don't have time. But in brief, adaptation and resilience play important roles, a topic I also preached about in January of last year. Yet in my wanderings online, I bumped into some valuable insights about the role of stillness and darkness in the development of a flower, something that can resonate for us as we gather here for flower communion. If you sat through Intro to Biology, you've learned that plants need light. So do we. They can't survive without it. Sunlight is a key element of photosynthesis, the process plants use to convert carbon dioxide and water into food. And without light, photosynthesis can't work properly. And without photosynthesis, plants don't get the nourishments they need to grow healthy and strong and for flowers to become this beautiful array that we see in front of us. And that's not to say that all flowers need exactly the same level or types of light. Some of them require a lot of warm sunshine, but others are okay with just a few hours of cool light. Okay, straightforward enough. Plants and flowers need light, understood. But here's the surprising and oddly comforting factoid I unearthed as I was writing this sermon. Photosynthesis has an aspect called dark reactions. In essence, flowers need darkness as well to come to full bloom, to become a flower. In the stillness of the night, they no longer feed, they metabolize energy, and they grow. In fact, poinsettias need darkness to change color, and Christmas cacti only bloom when the night reaches a certain length. It's remarkable. And the spiritual metaphor here isn't very complicated. For our human lives, our growth, our full flowering, like flowers, we need light to thrive. We need love. We need hope. We need self-awareness. We need community. We need a willingness to experience joy, tools for adaptation, and the will to survive. And like flowers, we're also built to experience and grow from stillness and from the darkness that can descend on our lives, as I explored with you last week in my sermon on mental health. To be clear, I am not one for extolling suffering as a religious goal, even though we can always learn from our suffering. I like the sentiments expressed by the Christian writer Robert Morris. Suffering itself never saved anybody, he writes. Not your suffering and not mine. Rather, it's the way that our suffering is faced that makes the difference, whether pain, sorrow, difficulty, deprivation, conflict, or challenge becomes part of our souls stretching or our souls shrinking. That said, we actually do harm when we rush to flick on the light to protect ourselves and others from darkness, from pain or grief or loss or regret or confusion. We hurt people when we claim that their misfortune has happened so that they can grow. And even if they do indeed grow in the end. As Marilyn Sewell so aptly put it, nobody blooms all the time. When we shun the darkness and we run from the stillness, when we offer platitudes cloaked as sophistication, we miss the opportunity to metabolize our experiences. We squander the chance to simply be without observation, analysis, fear, or judgment, just like Buddha and the twirling flower. In the words of psychologist and writer Tim Lawrence, some things in life cannot be fixed, they can only be carried. Buddha understood this truth, as did Mahakasyapa. Like a flower poised on the axis of darkness and light, stillness and synthesis, we are ever rooting and ever blossoming. We are beings who mostly require the simple, heartfelt acknowledgement of our humanity. May we find the essence and hold it. May we bloom and stand witness as others bloom in the warmth of our light and with our companions in the dark. May we be blessed with the spirit of Zen, Mahakasyapa's inner smile, and his joyful contentment. And may we say to one another, you need do nothing more than be still with me, watch me flower, and carry me with your quiet presence through all of our bright days and dark nights. May we each bloom where we are planted. Blessed be, blessed we, and amen. Our final hymn is number 305 in the gray hymnal, De Colores. We will sing all the verses, including the Spanish one, in celebration of Cinco de Mayo that was this past week. Please rise as you are able.
All the
It is now time for us to show our support for this fellowship. We share half of the cash offering each week with a local organization doing good works in the community. Portland Immigrants' Rights Coalition is our Sharing the Bounty partner from March through August. They work to empower immigrants, unite families, and build a just community. PIRC maintains a hotline to report ICE activity, provides referrals for legal and social services, trains rapid response Migra watchers, and maintains a daily presence at the Portland Immigration Court and ICE building. If you are attending online, and you may donate through the website or by using the QR code, you'll find that on this slide here. If you are here for the first time, we invite you to let the basket pass you by and truly be our guest today. The gifts of the congregation will now be most gratefully received. Please remain seated as we sing our song of gratitude. Number 1010 in the teal hymnal, We Give Thanks, and words are beyond the screen.
In today's service, we will share our annual flower ceremony. This uniquely Unitarian Universalist communion was a seed planted 103 years ago in 1923 by the Reverend Norbert Čapek in his native Czechoslovakia. Čapek's story is inspirational and tragic. When the Nazis took control of Prague in 1940, they found Dr. Čapek's gospel of inherent worth and beauty of every human person to be too dangerous to allow him to live. He was sent to the Dachau concentration camp where he was murdered in 1941. This gentle man suffered a cruel death, but his simple and universal message of hope and decency, earth's beauty and humanity's oneness endure in this noble and festive ritual of flower exchange. The Reverend Mark Ward astutely notes that the point of the communion isn't even the flowers themselves, reminding us that Čapek asked his congregants to bring flowers from their homes or from the roadside, even just a twig. He wasn't looking for hothouse wonders from a florist shop. He was asking his members to share themselves, to share in the human journey that is both inspirational and tragic. And we do the same decades later in our communion here at East Rose. We celebrate the cycle of life and honor the process of building community with a lovely metaphor of creating bouquets and sharing our gardens. Čapek wrote this piece called The Consecration of the Flowers in, I guess it was 1923. Infinite Spirit of life, we ask thy blessing on these messengers of fellowship and love. May they remind us, amid diversities of knowledge and gifts, to be one in desire and affection and devotion. May they also remind us of the value of comradeship, of doing and sharing alike. May we cherish friendship as one of these most precious gifts. May we not let awareness of another's talents discourage us, or sully our relationship, but may we realize that whatever we can do, great or small, the efforts of all of us are needed to do thy work in the world. Amen. So now I invite you to come up in the center aisle and go out on the side aisles and come up and choose a flower that you would like to take home today in the spirit of Norbert Chopik and this community. We'll start with the children, actually.
everybody. Thank you, Mary. We extinguish this flame to remind us that love is the center. As we explore and rest, and gauge and heal, love remains the center. When all we can see is cold ashes, love remains. And now it's time for announcements. We have several from Jon. Monday, Jon will be painting the front and back concrete entry slabs, and it will take 2 to 3 days to set. So please use the door by the garbage bin pen to enter. Thank you, Jon. Saturday, May 16th, is the grand opening of the East County Library and Community Center. Yes. Time to be announced. Go to multcolib.org or just Google Multnomah County Library. And today at 7 p.m. is the Rose City.
It's also May 16th.
Oh, sorry, May 16th. Yeah, today would be a silly day to hold this. At 7 p.m. on May 16th, the Rose City Park United Methodist Portland Peace Choir is having a free concert featuring protest songs. Please see the flyer in the hall in the narthex for more. And we have one more, which I did not read in advance, so pardon the stumbling that may happen. Tomorrow, May 11th, from 6 to 8 p.m., an international leader of a global migrants' rights organization will be speaking in PDX at Park Rose UCC. We're very lucky to have PIN visit us. There will be many local migrant activities activists in attendance. Talk to Saoirse. So that is May 11th from 6 to 8 p.m. at the Portland Park Rose UCC. And that's it for announcements. Oop.
It's me.
It's you. I thought it was you.
I'll just save you a little trouble.
Something happened.
So I have a couple announcements. We are having spirited conversations after the service, so we'll just, if we can move this table over to the other side, we'll set up our circle. This is an opportunity to be in a deeper conversation about the themes of the service today, but also last week, the one about mental health. We didn't have a chance to meet, and so we will also talk about that. Next week, the table will be back because I'm preaching a sermon called God Got a Dog, which is a wonderful poem that you will hear in the service. And it will be a virtual blessing of the animals. So please bring a photograph or an object that represents a pet animal that you love now or you've loved in the past. And we will have a virtual blessing of these objects and have a chance to hear some stories about your pets. Not all, because we'd be here all day. So please bring something for the table next week for our virtual blessing of the animals. And now please join me in the unison benediction.
Go out into the world in peace. Have courage. Hold on to what is good. Return to no person evil for evil. Strengthen the faint-hearted. Support the weak. Help the suffering, honor all beings.
And may you go out in love and return in joy. Please remain seated for the postlude.